Welcome to COVID Chat. I'm Allison, and today I'm going to give a refresher on what to do if you test positive for COVID, or you are in close contact of someone who has tested positive for COVID. The first thing a person should do after they are diagnosed is go home to isolate away from others. If someone took or rode with you to your test, you both should mask the whole ride home. After getting home, you should isolate yourself from others in your household. This could be isolating to a room with a closed door, or isolating to the basement, camper, or a different house level if available. The best line of defense for the rest of your household is complete isolation away from them. If there are common areas like the kitchen and bathroom, it is recommended that all parties in the house mask when you must go into those common spaces. The next step is creating a list of individuals that you were in close contact with. Close contact is described as anyone that has been within 6 feet of you for 15 cumulative minutes over a 24-hour period. Remember, you are contagious 48 hours before symptoms start or before a positive COVID test if you are asymptomatic. You may have to think extra hard where you were prior to testing. You should then call individuals that have been within close contact to notify them of their exposure. If the close contacts are fully vaccinated against COVID-19, then they should monitor for signs and symptoms and mask when in public for 14 days following the exposure. For individuals who are unvaccinated and in close contact, the recommendation is to stay home to monitor signs and symptoms for 10 days following the last exposure. After 10 days, symptom-free, they are in the clear to go about life as normal if they mask through day 14 after the exposure. Close contacts have the option to test out of quarantine. If they are symptom-free, they can test as early as day 5 with a PCR, not rapid test. If that test is negative, they are free to go about life as normal on day 8 of exposure, if they mask through day 14 from exposure. The reason it must be a PCR test is because PCR tests are much more accurate than rapid tests, so it eliminates the possibility of a false positive or false negative diagnosis. If you have tested positive or been in close contact with someone who has been diagnosed with COVID-19 and you have questions, feel free to give our office a call at 402-336-2406.